Great! After we have the lighting set up, it is time for us to turn on post-processing and set up the visual effects we need. Starting from the top, Reflection SSR. It is a real-time screen space reflection tech used in video games all the time. Basically, which will take everything inside the frame into account for a more realistic rendering result. In our case, we will keep it on. Next one is SSGI, because SSGI is pretty expensive and also will add noise to your rendering. Since we don't get much visual enhancement here, we will just keep it off. Next one is Ambient Occlusion. You may also hear people saying AO in short. It is a smart trick in computer graphics to mimic the context shadow. It is very useful for both environment and character presentation. We will definitely keep it on for better quality render. Next is depth of field. People also call it DOF, DOF. It is an optical lens effect to mimic how real-world camera lens or even human eyes perceive the world. Only the area in focus will look sharp, and the out of focus area will be blurry. In Nomad Sculpt, you can just tap on the eyes of the model and the camera will focus on it. You can also control the blurry level for both the near and the far plane with the two sliders. Balloon is a very helpful and even must-have feature to turn on, especially when you have anything glowing in the scene. When you set it up properly, it's going to enhance the atmosphere, making everything blend more naturally. Usually the default bloom settings might be too strong, but you can always tune it further based on your actual needs. Just keep in mind, you will need to apply Always Unlit under Material drop-down menu to activate bloom effects. Tone mapping is a computer graphics technique used in image processing to optimize the graphics between different displays. In our case here, you can experiment and try out different options to find the look you like. We usually use it as a combination with color grading to craft the unique visual style for our render. Here we will choose ACES. ACES is an industry standard color management system used for professional film and video production. Color grading has been used in film and video production for a long time, which allows professional colorists to craft unique visual styles for better storytelling. Although we don't have color wheel control for highlights, mid-tone, shadows, adjustment, etc., the RGB curves still provide the basic function for crafting the style you like. Here are just some demos when we push the curve grading to its extreme, so you can see how it affects the highlight, mid-tone, and shadow areas. In most cases, the color grading was done in a much more subtle way, with a combination of exposure and contrast adjustments. It's always fun to experiment and dial the look you want. Curvature is an interesting feature if you are looking for more non-photorealistic rendering style. Basically, you can color tint either or both the bump and cavity areas with a factor to control the transition. I'm just trying some extreme example here so you can see the effects. For our purpose, we can either turn it off or keep it really subtle. Next one is chromatic aberration. It is a simple value control to mimic the imperfection of the color shifting on the screen. Vignette. Vignette allows to mimic a common camera lens artifacts. You can control the size and the transition of the dark corner look. When done right, it actually helps the viewer's eye focusing on the subject on the frame. Grain will add grainy noise to your render to mimic the high ISO film look. We want our render look clean and professional, so we will not use it here. Pixel art is very fun style and useful if you want to create some retro looking icons. You can experiment the intensity as a combination of the camera distance to get the result you need. If you just try to create some small size icon, You can just do screen capture and then crop it for your needs to save time, instead of doing the whole frame render. Scanline is a cool visual style as well. It's great to mimic the old school CRT TV look. It can add interesting texture and also add a fidelity to your render. There you go. These are the most important post-processing features and control you need to know. This will help you achieve higher quality rendering for your art. With a combination of good lighting setup and post-processing settings, it will push your 3D sculpt presentation to the next level. If you are still with me, thank you and congratulations. Any comments and feedbacks are always welcome, and we will continue making more quality videos in the future. See you soon, and happy sculpting!